So, Bastra, as an, we want to know more about Halo Ibu as an online media-based community. Halo Ibu is active in sharing information and also education for all mothers out there. Now, what prompted you to form this community, and what is your main focus?
Okay, so I was a journalist, and then I gave birth and I get postpartum depression. I didn't know where to go. When I went online, I was just writing. And the feedback from the mothers and the support, it was overwhelming. That when you, at that time, 9 years ago, when social media, Instagram was not so big, and it's becoming a mother, there's a transition that you have to come through. There's this tunnel that you have to go. And at that moment when they give support and they give that, they feel the same what I feel, the overwhelming that you talk about. And then there's also a term called matrans, the transition of becoming a mother. It's a research from Harvard University. It is overlooked from medical way that after becoming a mother, we sometimes lost ourselves, and then we change physically, mentally, psychologically, socially, like you said, both. That we have tons of work. So when I share online, and then this woman, they support me, and then we meet up, and we make this woman's circle. It's called Lingkaran Ibu. And then we go there together, and then we hold our hands and support. It was so magical. We don't do lambe tura and gossip, no. Everything in the circle stays in the circle.
Oh, that's lovely.
So that's why I think, and that's how Halo Ibu was born and give birth. We don't only, because when you give birth to a woman, to a child, it's just that not the child was just born. There's a mother, there's a father, there's a grandmother, grandfather, and a sister or brother. So that big magical day sometimes is, you know, not really looked, and then they didn't see the mother. And we were so struggling, and everybody was looking at the baby. So that's why, that's how we are born, and we want to be with these mothers, and we are connected together. And I feel like, you know, there's a lot of emotion going on, and that's how I feel too as a mother.
You had the foresight, or at least had the self-awareness to realize this was happening to you. I'll speak on my household in particular. For example, my wife, with the 3 children that we have, there were different symptoms of postpartum in each one. The first one was more, she was detached from the baby. She was not yet used to having this entity. Like, who is this? What is this? I don't know this being at all. To eventually, it took several months to becoming, okay, I want to be close now. The second and third were different in different ways. For example, the last one, she wasn't aware she had postpartum until afterwards, and then she realized, you know, I was behaving a little differently. I knew, but I'm an outsider in that sense, where if I'm to point it out, it may make the situation worse. So my question is, how do you reach those that perhaps are not self-aware enough to be able to reach out to Halo Ibu, and at least, because then they might draw farther within, and the problems could compound and get worse.
True. And then in this, in Indonesia, where women sometimes it's hard for us to speak up, even during our own birth. There's a male who's gonna decide, either our husband or there's a doctor and everything. So it's very hard for us to talk about our feelings. So what we do is, we have a lot of content. There's one, it's called Pengakuan Ibu, a revelation of a mother, that you can send your story and then share, and then everybody in the comment section will support you. And then we also have Mom Day Meditation every Monday. We made this during 2022, when we said, like, how we make our women's circle and make it online. And then we want it free for every mother. So during 2022, at 20, I meant beginning of the pandemic, and then I read in New York Times, and I also feel like that the burden of becoming a mother and also being a mother, working mom at home, we get a lot of work, less appreciation, and because there is no reward. Like, for example, if you fold your clothes, and then you're like, okay, this is a reward for you. No, but when you're in the office, you get, like, you know, recognition from your coworkers and so on. So we made that for 6 months for free, and it was magical. 300, 500 mother comes, and then they all feel like, after the programs, they feel like their lives change, and it's come true. And then these mothers are, because when you help a mother, you're just not helping her, you're helping her becoming a better mother for her child, and also a better spouse, and a better for her community, because she's raising a future generation of this country. So
that's true.
For us, coming to your question, so how we give awareness, not only for content, online content, initiative, we also work with a few brands, we also work with the governments,
Yeah. So I guess that would be something like if you post enough content, because I do that. When I start reading something, I'm like, hey, that's me.
Yeah.
You know, it helps
You
people
kinda-
to realize. Yeah.
You relate to that, and then they will reach out to you, right?
Right.
Yes, yes.
So, can you elaborate more about this? Do you work with psychologists or meditation instructors or specialists? Can you talk more about this?
So my profession is called doula.
Okay.
Doula is a professional trained woman or man who accompany mothers during birth, postpartum, and also the family. So what we do, it's sort of like dukun beranak in a modern version, but in a professional trained kind of way. So it's a very new profession. So I feel like every mother should have a doula, and then being supported, knowing, and then ask why. And why is Halo Ibu, apa kabar? And that's our tagline as well. How are you?
How are you?
So that's why we make it a content because of this profession. So when you said like, yes, we collaborate with hospitals, we collaborate, there's doctors, there's also yoga teachers and so on. But I think what makes us special is we actually make shine for this mother to teach and also to give opportunity for other mothers. For example, if there's a mothers who have anxieties, there's in this community, they will go to the house or they will like support within ourselves. And then we empower them by empowering ourselves to help. So I think that's what makes us more special than the others, because we know that we want this woman to, come on, help each other.
Right. So I've heard of the term doula. Before. You know, I've always, many people compare it to being a midwife, but that's a difference than a midwife, because I remember our first birth was a natural, gentle birth, you know, with a midwife. It wasn't at a hospital. But the midwife generally deals with the family, with the mother rather, whereas you deal with the entire family structure.
Yes.
So what sort of support do you lend for the family then?
Okay, that's very nice. I didn't know that.
We had a water lotus birth.
Me too.
It's
First
amazing.
and second, yes.
What an amazing experience that was. However, I guess they're very rare now these days. So I was lucky enough to do it myself.
Oh, cool. So what difference between doula and midwife is, doula don't do medical intervention. We are equipped to support the mother with psychological, spiritual, and companionship. But we are professionally trained. If you, for example, you have medical questions, we can answer that.
Okay.
Sotomian and so on and so on. So, and then it is recommended by World Health Organization. If you want to have a better and successful and satisfying birth, go get a doula. But in Indonesia, it's pretty new. So, and at some extent, because the mother sometimes want to be with the husband, but the husband need help. In most of my births, sometimes they're like, okay, I want the help, okay, what do you want, honey? And then at the back, he was gonna cry, and then we're gonna help. It's okay, we're gonna be okay.
Okay.
So
Emotional support for the husband too.
That's cool, yeah. Because I remember there was like, my wife was like, I'm sorry, give me a massage. I was like, don't touch me. I was like, okay, I really have no idea what I'm supposed to do here.
But she's asking for a massage.
Yeah, not from me apparently. All right. So this is something that is obviously going to be a new experience for many. I'm sure you've had many success stories. Could you tell us about one particular that sticks out in your mind in regards to some of these special moments that you're able to share with them? Because these are some of the most important memories for one's family, and you get to be a part of that.
Many, but it's really hard to pick. But I think not only during the birth, but I think during, you guys just show the video that when women, they give an opportunity just to sit down and then to listen to each other. Wow, a lot of magical thing happens. All these women coming through and they share their feelings together and hold hands. And then after that sessions, they become better at their household and then at how they discover themselves. I have some woman comes to me like, thank you for the meditation. Now I actually can work again because I'm more confident about myself. And then there's some woman who comes to me after coming to meditation or Lingkaran Ibu, and they will, now I own my own company because I inspired by Halo Ibu and all the mothers, not only me. So, and then regarding birth, of course, I think like you guys know, when the baby and the father and mother, they meet for first time, I think there's nothing can compare with that, right?
Yeah.
Well,
All that oxytocin and...
Being reborn was the closest I've ever heard anyone describe it when you mentioned it earlier. Do you feel like you would have benefited throughout your experience while you were having your son to have this sort of support system?
With the doula, of course, if I knew back then, I would have asked Ashtra right
intimate
away.
too, yeah.
Because I know that in my experience, it was a very lonely process because I felt alone. I just feel like the emotional support wasn't there, and I think it's better for everyone to have that emotional support and to deal with the newborn baby, because I know what to do when I gave birth, but I don't know what to do after. I don't know what to do with the newborn, right? And that kind of things, I think if you have some professional help, I think it'll be better.
Indeed.
Right.
My wife, throughout our second pregnancy, had gestational diabetes, and because of that, partly, it was starting to kind of affect her mentally. And we've even had to seek professional help. We went to visit a psychologist, and she said, it's not, I just don't feel like we were, like I just felt like I was talking to a medical professional.
Yeah.
Where I feel like with your community, it's more community-based. It's less of a, like, I'm seeking help because I need help and then you're gonna cure me. Instead of sort of like, hey, we're here and we understand what you're going through.
Yeah.
basically, right?
And I also want to know, during the process, it's not only when a woman gives birth, right? You will give the support after also, right?
Yes.
How long after?
So there's a birth doula and a postpartum doula. Fortunately, I'm both.
Okay.
So what we do is, it's different. In Western country, they will help you to, your household, like chores and everything. But in here, we help you to understand, for example, taking care of the baby, nursing, changing bath, and then, but for me, especially is talking and give birth. And then we give the ceremony of, okay, now you have to let go your old Sanas and old Ashtra. And then we have to go to this big transition of another woman. We are no longer the same person. True. We have to let go her and then come and celebrate this one. So I think that is the most biggest thing that we do in our community, and also my work is, this is a new path, it's a new journey, and you have to let go and grieve yourself. Because, giving birth is not only happiness,
Right.
it's also letting go of this girl, and she's no longer the same girl.
That's a big part of the process. Very interesting way to put it. So, speaking of celebration, since today is Hari Ibu Nasional, what does Halo Ibu do to commemorate this special day?
I'm here with you guys.
Okay.
That's one thing in this China as well.
Oh, I'm a little
Aw.
emotional. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. It's like, oh.
I feel like I want to pat you on the shoulder, but I don't feel like it's going to do anything at all.
No.
Oh, you want me to give you a hug?
Thank you. So, are there any special celebrations?
Yes. Besides, I'm here with you, and then we're pouring our feelings and connecting. After this, 9:30, I will train some working mom from another company in Jakarta, and then tonight we're gonna celebrate ourselves and give self-love meditation. You're welcome to come.
Oh, wow.
And then we're gonna celebrate our body changes by celebrating our stretch marks. So that's
nice.
tonight.
That's amazing. So thank you for obviously being there for all the mothers that need you and continue to do so as well. We're glad that you're able to take some time out in your busy schedule to join us in order to help us
thank you so
commemorate
much.
Hari Ibu Nasional as well. We do wish all the mothers out there who, if you do need any sort of support or help, please feel free to reach out to Halo Ibu. We've seen ourselves in the studio how important it is to at least have somebody to understand what you have gone through or are going through. So again, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you,
Okay,
Master.
good luck for you and Halo Ibu.
I'm still crying.
All right, it's okay.